Hi everyone, I'm Judge Desire for Knowledge. Welcome to my show. Today is Saturday and I have events, so I won't be able to go live. I'll be uploading this video. Welcome to my show, Know Your Truth, Real Talk, live on, well, not live today, but taped on YouTube. And I'm also broadcasting on IAAH radio with the best DJs and music in town. Go check them out. They're pretty good. They have all the music genres you would think of that you would like. House music, R&B, etc., etc. Even reggae, I heard they just added. So either way, thanks and welcome to my show. Please subscribe, like, and share so that others that need to hear the message gets the message. I will be doing my I'm out and about travels at this event, so I will be posting them when I'm done. Sorry I couldn't be here live today, but I miss you guys live. Last time I was live, there wasn't many available, but thank you for those that were. This topic is very special to me because I see that a lot of people are broken inside from different things, grieving, losses, and things of in relationships. So I decided to do another on relationships show on Know Your Truth, Real Talk, and this one is keep those doors shut from those who broke you. And what's really important about this show to me is that sometimes we tend to not notice things and the red flags that are always there. If they were if there is a red flag and you see it, okay, you can say, all right, I saw that. But the second time, I believe that's enough for me to know, okay, this is not going to work. This is not where I want to be, because in the end, you'll save yourself a lot of agony. So I wanted to help those in need of moving on and healing from past traumas of the heart or whatever the case may be for you. So I hope this helps you all as I continue and start now presenting my content for this Saturday. Anyone or thing that broke you or destroyed you, shut the door on those friendships, relationships, a job, a career, and sometimes family. Yeah, that's sad, but sometimes family. So they don't continue breaking you, manipulating you, or using you. And this is not for every family, but there are the few out there. There's a percentage. I worked in family court. I've seen a lot of broken people there. Backstabbing cousins, brothers, sisters, family members is horrible. But either way, I'm going to keep on this content. Yes, it can be family as well as relationships, because those are relationships. Families are relationships. They're just not intimate ones. Well, they should be intimate as far as loving your family, but there are those family members, those are the special ones. They're there, and they are the ones sometimes that manipulate, use people as well, and you've got to have those boundaries, and check out my videos on boundaries as well. That should get you through what I mean about this show, because sometimes, and I didn't include boundaries on this one, but sometimes boundaries are needed for family. You don't want to just discard them, but you got to put up boundaries with them. In retrospect, other people, then you could close the door, unless you really have to close the door on a family member, then that's sad. But put up boundaries first. That will be your first step. And then after those boundaries, if they still violate that, then it's time to go, unfortunately. So what I was saying was to, and sometimes it's families too that hurt you, and those who hurt you never loved you, or they wouldn't have taken advantage of you. So, and your kindness. And they will definitely continue to use you if you allow them to, because everybody's been there if you've been used and you allow it. We have to be um, we have to be real. There's a lot of people that have went through this. Myself, I mean, we've all been used in one way or another at work. Doesn't matter if it's personal relationship. I just know I've been used before. Doesn't need to know where and how, but yeah. It could be job, it could be used in your relationship, used by your family, used whatever the case is for you. Those that hurt you are the ones that you need to step aside and see if it's time to shut that door. So these are the steps to taking your life back, for the healing process to begin. I wanted to start it out with, once you get the revelation and figure out that you are being used and manipulated, it is time to shut those doors to those who hurt you, ex-lovers, friends, co-workers, jobs, and sometimes families too, like I just said. Also, those who hurt you never loved you. Okay, don't forget that. Those who hurt you never loved you, or they wouldn't have taken advantage of your kindness and continue to do that, because a lot of them do. And they will continue to use you as long as you allow them to. 3 is, we must first understand that not everyone is meant to stay in your life for a lifetime, only for a season. And you'll know who those people are, what the way that they react, the way the actions show. You'll be able to determine it. Some of us want to be blinded to that part, but you'll be able to determine who stays and who doesn't. Not everyone is there for a lifetime. Probably some of them are there for a good time. You got to be careful about that. They are there for only a season, especially those that hurt you. And then the next one I have is to help you through this healing process is, we must also remember that hurt people hurt people. So ask yourself, if they don't love themselves, how can they love you, right? It just makes sense. How can they love you if they can't even love themselves? Hurt people hurt people. They need to go through the healing processes themselves before they can actually help other people or even love other people. We all have to go through that. And I should have said from the beginning, I made 10 different scenarios, not scenarios, but things, that guidelines, I should say, for you to get through the healing process. And also that these are the steps, 10 steps to getting your life back and getting onto your healing process. So I was just doing 3 where the, I'm sorry, those who, okay, no, I was on 2, those who hurt you. Okay. Number 3, we must first understand that not everyone is meant to stay in your life. Okay, we did that one. Let's move on. Sorry, guys. Number 4, we must always remember that hurt people hurt people. We also remember that one. I just want to go over them, so in case I missed it. So ask yourself, if they don't love, always ask yourself, if they can't love themselves, how can they love you? That's a big question to ask yourself, because these steps will help you along the way to determine that. Let go of unhealthy relationships, those that broke you, manipulated you, tried to destroy you. And destroy can mean anything, you know, anything in your life, whatever destroyed you, whatever broke you. Like for instance, for example, they're seeing other people and used you to get what you want, and to get what they can out of you. I mean, that's one scenario. There's different ways of being destroyed. They will still stay with you though, if you allow it. So we have to see these things consciously and understand that we're being used, manipulated, and actually abused. Not physically though, but mentally, because here you're thinking someone cares about you and they really don't. And we all get those people, right? And they'll keep you in believing whatever they want you to believe. Some people, they call them narcissists as well, but this is not about that platform today. This is about what steps we can take to actually heal our hearts from these type of things, to actually take the steps to move forward with whatever happened in your past or what's happening to you now. Also, I wanted to say, number 6 on my list is don't confuse, which is true. Don't confuse true love to lust. Never do that. Love is real and lust is temporary. Now, a lot of people meet that way. You think, oh my God, this is someone, you don't love them right off, but that's lust, right? You're lusting for them, blah, blah, blah. But if the lust continues and there's nothing of substance after that, like you're not seeing the love, then it's not love, it's lust. Okay, you'll have to determine that. I'm going to try to explain that a little later on. But in order to heal, we have to recognize the difference between love and lust, because lust is definitely temporary. And steps number 7, leave the past in the past and move forward and upward, because no matter what or how hard the pain is, we must do so in order to heal, because you can actually keep repeating the same cycles. You know what I mean? So you don't want to still stay in your past and go there and never get out of it. Keep them as friends. They are never going to change. Some of them, they're still going to be the same person, whether you're dating them or not. So I don't think, a resolve is, let me keep them as a friend in the background. Anyone that hurts you, a friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, ex-wife, that hurt you, that broke you, that kind of hurt. There's no reason for you to have any relationship with them anymore. I mean, why keep them as a friend for another 20, 30 years? For what? It's senseless. They're just going to be the same person they were when they broke you. And they're not going to allow you to move on to the real deal, the person that you want to be with, because they're going to be in the background acting like they're still there and care about you. Nah, give that up, because I know a lot of people, they did that. I see it happening a lot, and I try to tell my friends, no, don't allow that to fool you. You got to think for yourself, but in the end, it's your own decision. It can't be mine. And so with that being said, if you can't leave the past in the past, you can't heal from it. Number 8, step 8 is another important step, is to forgive them. Forgive those that hurt you. That does not mean, I'm going to say it again, that does not mean for them to stay in your life to continue to hurt you again and again. That's why I just said it's time to release, close those doors on those that hurt you. You don't need to have a friendship with them anymore, because later on they haven't changed. They broke you. If they broke you, that's a difference from hurt. Hurt and broke you down kind of thing. There's no need for a friendship for someone like that. They don't mean you well. So be very careful of keeping them in the background, either as a family member, a friend, or whatever the case is whatever it is in your case. Always look at that and say, this is not worth my time. I need to heal from this. And if you were friends with them for a long time and see that it's the same person anyway, recognize and ask yourself, why did I keep this friendship? It wasn't even a friendship, because this person broke me before. So there's no reason to keep people that broke you. And I don't mean broke your heart, broke you and destroyed you inside, mentally, physically. It can be any type. Broke your pockets. That's not funny, but you know what? I'm really talking about deep emotionally breaking someone up, manipulating, using them. All those things can break someone at the end when they thought that they were loved by that person, and it's never true, because that's not what that person is there for. So number 8 is really important, to forgive those that hurt you. And but by doing that doesn't mean that you have to forgive them and go to tell them that you forgive them. No. Once you acknowledge that they hurt you, forgive them for yourself and move on without them. Just moving on without them is enough. The best and only revenge, because I don't believe in revenge, but the best and only is to become a better version of you, and for you to forgive that person because they didn't know how to love you. That's all you got to think about. They don't know how to love me. I'm a great person to be loved, and I need great love, and that person just couldn't do it for me. That will help your heart capture back what you thought broke you. And if it did break you, then this is the way you heal. You have to heal to get that better version. And I'm sure that once that new version of you come, they still wouldn't love you. They wouldn't love the new version of you, because you're going to be stronger, courageous, moving forward, and they're not going to be able to handle that. So basically, you know who you want to become, and that they're not welcome to come. I should say that, right? They're not going to be welcomed. If you're a strong individual and they really did break you, then you have to take these steps to step back and say, this is how I move on with my life today. This is how I move on with my life in my future. And that will help you with the growing steps. You know, it takes time, and for some people it may take longer. For some people it may never come. But the fact that you're taking the opportunity to take these steps that I just stated, or make your own steps, to write them down, what you need to do, who you need to go to get that help, if counseling, a psychologist, and sometimes church. Most of the time church, because you can trust some of them in there. But either way, um, it's really important to forgive. And because sometimes you get in serious relationships with people, and when you decide to have children, you don't think about the consequences of the choices of the people you choose, or we don't anyway, I should say we choose to have our children with. And this can really impact your life forever, especially if, you know, they are the parent of your child or children, and they were the one that broke you. That's really significant. Those children may grow up living through them, the parent that broke you, and or vice versa. Um, if you were the one hurt, if you were the one doing the hurting, think wisely, because these children will be manipulated into the person that was actually hurt or did the hurting. The children are going to pay the price for it, and they may live through that parent and remind you every day of your life. And these are your children. What can you do? So be very careful who you have your children with. If you didn't have children with the one that broke you, amen. Thank God, right? Thank God for that one. You missed the bullet. Thank God. But otherwise than that, it's very important to think wisely, especially when we include having children, because we feel love, but it could be lust. And then you have children under these influences of the feelings of love, but it's lust. My next step and final step is step 10. Start the healing process. Is just as important as forgiving, because without forgiving, you can't start the healing process. Start it by spending more time with yourself, putting yourself first. Learn to love yourself again. And if you've never loved yourself, start loving yourself, because you can't love others that way. Don't date right away, so you can truly and fully heal from the pain of rejection or whatever it is for you. Once healed, you will take full control of your life, and you'll know when you are being manipulated, because by then you have learned and crafted what you've been through before, and you never want to go there again. This way you are never, you'll know when you're being manipulated, used, and treated unfairly before you make that mistake over again. And so with that being said, I'm going to come to the conclusion of all the healing process, the forgiveness part of these steps that I just stated, that really would help those in need. You know, like I said, you can create your own steps, but make sure that when you do create your own steps, that you take them seriously, and that they're not something that you have open door for them to come back and continue to do the same thing over and over again. You really have to shut that door down, especially if they broke you. Sometimes people don't take the healing journey seriously, so they end up repeating the same cycles over and over again, and sometimes with the same people, the same person. And that's because they haven't healed to learn the lesson. Manipulation can have you stagnant, believe me, because the tricksters and manipulators are so good at what they do, whether female or male, that they're really good at it, that you would be stuck there in a grind, can't move forward, can't move backwards. They make you believe that you're the one for them when it's not true. Believing it's meant to be, sometimes it wasn't the first love of your life, but the first lust of your life. Make sure you know the difference. We can say, oh, that was the first love of my life, but later on you realize, wait a minute, that was not the first love of my life. That was the first lust of my life. Ugh, what did I do? I'm joking, I would say that, but other people have other wordings to this. But sometimes it's not the first love of your life. You get it confused. Don't be confused. It was the first lust of your life. And once we recognize that, we're able to move forward, because it's important to decipher love and lust. If If all you have is love, that's great. But if it's lust, then there's nothing much but sex in a relationship. Yeah. And then to a lot of people, that's really important. But if that's all there is attraction through sex and lust, I would want more than that. There's more than that in love. Um, just love or lust, it's just, you got to think about it. I'll probably do a show, Love versus Lust, soon. And if I do, you'll see me on that show. Of course, JudgeDesire for knowledge. There's more than just love or lust in life. If that person's active in your life, that's love. Other than sex or saying they are in love with you and that's all you hear but you see no action, that's not love. Because love can be love, but love is someone that's there for you. Love will be someone's action that shows that they are there for you, not just for sex, but they actually support you, stand by you, and respect you. And when you're at your lowest, they're there for you. And I don't mean over the phone, I'm here for you. No, I mean physically and actively there. Even if they're away, far away or right next door, they'll come to you. That's love. Not talking blah, 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 blah. No, that's not love. Anyone can say anything. It's the physical action that you need to actually endorse love. So lust, you're not going to get that at all. What you're going to get is a trickster, male or female, sex bomb. All they're going to just mind bomb you with sex. That's it. And some people like that. And then when they're fooled and their heart is broken, then they'll be back to my steps. The 10 steps of healing and shutting the door and closing it permanently to those that broke you. So with that being said, I hope you like this session because, like I said, those that actually support you physically support that's true love. And so when they're there for you in your hardest times, your saddest times, not just over a phone, that's nice, but physically come to take care of you, physically help you if you're in a situation, in a bind, not looking at anything but I'm here for you. That's really important. So thank you, and I hope this all helped those in need of hearing how we can close doors on people that don't deserve us. How about that one? That's a good title. Thank you for joining me today and watching this tape. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I have some more goodies coming up. I have really good content. I'm adjusting to being on camera and talking, so give me time. I thank IAAH Radio for broadcasting me today and every Saturday at 3 o'clock. Go check them out. Best DJs and music in town. And with that being said, of course, I have my gavel here. I sure do. Here on Know Your Truth, Real Talk, bringing you the truth and nothing but the truth with JudgeDesire for knowledge is now adjourned. And I will see you next Saturday. Blessings. Have a great weekend, y'all. Ciao.